Hey, what is going on, everybody? Hopefully you are ready for Vega Battlegrounds Championships. We are still in the first week of the group stage. Today we have for you Group H, Felganos versus Maex. I'm sure you're all familiar with Maex, and if you're not, you should be. Make sure you go and subscribe to both of these gentlemen's channels, Felganos and Maex, putting on a great show for us this morning. I pulled up both their streams. It looks to me like Felganos' stream might be having a little bit of trouble. That's all right. We'll do our best to commentate on all of this as it goes down. We still have Maex stream up, looking beautiful as it always does. Could not be more excited. It's 7:45 a.m. in the morning for me. I guess I already covered that with the a.m. portion. I could not be more excited. I was up at 5:30 this morning because I was so pumped up. We got a double header today. We got Maex and Felganos followed up right quickly. We will be going almost immediately to Nick 136 versus B Manny, the legend. One-time leader for Loki, outstanding, amazing, outrageously skilled players, both of them. I cannot wait for these two matchups. Could not be more excited. Not kidding. No alarm set, just awake at 5:30 in the morning because I was that pumped up. Hopefully you've been catching the action. Last night we had, I don't want to spoil. I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to do it. We had a matchup that you got to see it to believe it. You got to see it to believe it. Two fantastic players. There is a size difference in their roster, though. There is. I don't know. I don't want to say David and Goliath. I don't want to say it. We're throwing that term around a lot these days here with Battlegrounds. But for those of you who are getting a little tired of the whales always win a narrative in Battlegrounds, you got to check this out. I think it's one for you. I think you're going to enjoy it. What's up, LC Music Tracks? Everyone enjoying the background music we got going today? That is the creator of it. Speaking of a channel you should go subscribe to and support, LC Music Tracks, right there in the chat. How's everyone doing? Infamous, how you doing, my friend? B McG, Mike. I think I already said hello to Judah. That's how excited I am. Stored. I apologize if I butchered that, but thank you so much for being here. The Answer Man, Tom Jarvis, Nick 136. There's the legend himself. He's going to be going live for us in 45 minutes. Captain Easy, USAFA versus Egatron was so good. It was amazing. And that was following up B McG versus DLL. We've had so many matchups go down to the literally final fight. Literally the final fight. There is a playlist on my channel that is dedicated solely to the streams for this tournament. I am not able to commentate on all of them. So the contestants have been uploading their own streams, and some of them have been even doing like a kind of like a recap of their battle. It's been fantastic. It's been great to get all of the perspectives. I highly recommend you check it out. And the best way you can show support for this tournament is, one, all the kind words you all are throwing, all the likes, everything. I'm having trouble keeping up with the comments. I'm doing my best. So I appreciate it, is go and support the people who are participating. Go and show them like, hey, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you competing in this, putting on a great show. It was worth your time. Thanks for doing it. This is exciting. And this is just the first one. I want to highlight this one. This is one I want to concentrate on, but we will be doing more. That's why it's the Vega Battleground Championships, plural with an S. Nahorn, Felganos tech support. All right, so he's having some issues. I have to say that the crystal looks good. The spinning crystal looks amazing. And then look at this. If you haven't caught one of Maex streams, that's what you're in store for. Well, it was a bad time for him to go black. There it is. Look at this beautiful man. That delightful smile. Look at that setup. I mean, what more could you ask for? He puts on a heck of a show. I actually got to hang out with this guy at the at my meetup. We did a meetup. I think it was in August, I believe. Time is a flat circle. And we did a meetup recently. He was actually there. I had so much fun hanging out with this guy. Extremely cool, even cooler in person than he is on stream, if that's possible. Had a delightful time. Marcus was there with his fiance, Amanda, and I believe it was her husband is there. I apologize if I just made a relationship a little more serious than it actually is. And then my buddy Trevor from For Loki was also there. We had a phenomenal time. We'll be doing another meetup in the greater Los Angeles area. I believe it's going to be at Frankensons. We'll be doing that in November. I'm shooting for that weekend of, I think it's the 4th and 5th, probably on that Saturday. Do a long hangout. I've been told that there's a BJ's Pizzeria right across the street. Marcus is helping me out with all of that. Really pumped up. We'll be getting information out on that soon. Midwest meetup. Would that be Chicago? Because I was just in Chicago. We should have done that, but we got to do another one. Infamous, you're right. We got to get that done. I want to hit up Austin. And next year, we are going to Vancouver. We are going to Vancouver, whether Kabam invites us or not. For those who are like, what is this man talking about? Kabam's headquarters is in Vancouver. And we're going to go. And they're going to let us in, whether they like it or not. And they're going to give us a tour. We're going to get to meet some people, have some fun. In all seriousness, I am already talking to Kabam Mike about it. He's been extremely helpful, very kind. And we're going to get that done in Vancouver. So keep your eyes posted for that as well. Amanda, what's up, buddy? That's your husband, right? I hope I didn't just totally, foot in mouth. I've already done that once this morning. It's only 7:45. I think once an hour is good. K-Dog, what's up, my friend? Messiah is here. What is going on? Messiah for mod? I don't know. That sounds suspicious. Anyone that wants to be a moderator on this channel, I'm already like, why? Why this channel? There's plenty of other channels out there. What's up, Nahorn? Hey, so Nah, are you just telling me you're doing tech support, or are we? What's up? What's up with our boy Fel? I don't want to put pressure on him. If we need to, we can go to a single stream, and I'll just commentate on Max's. Max has such a beautiful stream. So I think we'd all enjoy watching. It's great when we can watch both. It really is. But, Max's stream is so gorgeous. I think it'd be a treat for our eyes. I missed it. Hello, my husband is. Yeah, I mean, I said it was your husband. We were hanging out at the meetup, and I was just saying how much fun I had at meeting everybody. And it's like, I'm 99.9% certain that was her husband. But I hope I didn't turn a boyfriend into a husband. What's up, XLR8? How you doing, my friend? Troy, how you doing, buddy? David, K-Dog, I heard mods had to cook Vegas. Speaking of which, if that's what you're offering, K-Dog, so I have not had my breakfast yet. I was up a little too early. I had to walk my dog. My dog is named Nova. She's a little over 1 year old. She's doing very well. Thank you very much. You can't always see her. She often appears in the back of my streams, in my videos, because her dog bed's back there. But the way we have the lighting on, we got to get a light for her so people can see her and her antics. While she tries to interrupt my streams with her abundant cuteness. Spinnaker 3, what's up, buddy? This is exciting. I know. I can't wait for this to get on. The only reason there's a little bit of time pressure is because we have two legends going at the 8:45 slot. We have two legends who are going in Nick. If you don't know Nick is one of the highest rated Battlegrounds players in the world. Just, it's a fact. And B Manny, I don't know if he currently is, but definitely could be. He will be. He should be. He deserves to be. I've seen the man. You guys have heard me often talk about the legend of Legacy in Battleground 3 at 4 Loki. I've also had the pleasure of being in Battleground 2 and 4 Loki. And I have seen B Manny do the most outrageous things, the most outrageously skillful things, under the most intense pressure. The wars are on the line. No one can die. We're only up by one death, and he'll go into a boss fight, and like 3 minutes later he comes out, and you look at his health bar, and he's at like 10%. And then I'm not even going to try to do his accent. You'll hear it maybe today if he streams. I think he is, and he'll be like, "Yeah, pretty early on in the fight, I took a hit, and so I spent the rest of the fight at 1%." And we're like, "And you still soloed?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, I just switched over to some dashbacks. I threw in some SP2s, and it was pretty much putty in my hands after that." We're like, "Oh my God, the ice water in this man's veins." So I could not be more pumped up to watch them go at it. Nick, I'm sure we can start 10 to 15 minutes late. Why don't you and B Manny talk that through? I know you both probably have jobs or work or just life to get to, so I appreciate the offer. But let's see. And I don't want to put too much pressure on Fel here. This is exciting as it is, right? Live streaming Battlegrounds in a tournament format, it's not easy. It is not easy. These people make it look easy, but it's not. As someone who's tried myself, I can tell you I make it look hard. You should come watch me and be like, wow, that looks really difficult. That man appears to be struggling. And then watch these competitors and you'll see how easy they make it look. What's up, Campo? Faith Through Fire. Thank you. You pulled Scorpion this morning. Is he good? The jury is still out. But we put up a poll in the last tournament. 80% of voters said he is in fact good. He is in fact good. Okay. Could someone maybe let me know, is Felganos now just streaming Max? Does Fel Do we need to explain the rules to Felganos? That he is Felganos, he is not Maex. I know a lot of us want to be Maex, but Fel needs to just be himself. He's gone MIA. Okay, all right. Poor dude. I know he's trying his best. He said 2 to 3 minutes to restart. Okay. All right. So my it looks like I just pulled up Max's stream is what I've done here. Somehow my computer did. Oh, YouTube did it on its own. Got it. Okay. Well, let me know when Fel gets it going, and we'll go with that. Let's take some questions. Let's take some questions here for a bit. Is Ghost Dog here? I saw Judah say hello to Ghost. What's up, Ghost Dog? How you doing, my friend? You're working. I do that too. I do that too all the time. Like I just have my my phone open on someone's stream. Just enjoy chilling, hanging out, lurk for a long time. And it's always fun when like you hear your name come up and you're like, should I say hello? I think I'll say hello. Slayman, Fel stream ended and you're watching both Max streams. All right, fair enough. Thank you. I appreciate the clarification. Vega, shouldn't Gamora be on for attack for this Battlegrounds? Well, so Larry, because we have to play the friendly matches, these have to be friendly matches. The meta, meaning the nodes that we're using, is still that Bulwark and I can't think what the other node. Explosive Personality. As a result, I think what she does is she's ramping up so much. I think she's going to trigger that Bulwark a little too frequently. She's great. I love her. But I would be surprised if we see her in this today. We haven't seen her in this term. I don't think we will. Thank you, Slayman. He's back. And Slayman, are you on call, buddy?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Great. How are you? Oh, no.
Good.
Your link.
So I just sent the link to Fel's second stream into chat.
Just so you know, it broke my chat. Literally, like my chat, it said, oops, something went wrong. I clicked the link. And
really?
Yeah. So it's okay. It's probably on my end.
The link works for me. I'll send it into the Discord then.
No, we're good. Hold on. Let me get this sorted. Thanks for standing by, everybody.
Hey, Accelerate, how's it going?
All right. Let me see if we can get this done today. No, it's just saying, oops, something went wrong, and it kills my chat. Maybe it's how I'm trying to pull it up or something.
I'll just send it to you on Discord then. Or you could just search up Felganos on YouTube. He's like the only one.
Yeah. YouTube is tricky. We'll try. Let's see what we do.
Oh yeah, let me put my good mic in, and I got it working last night.
You sound good, for what it's worth.
No, this is my headset mic. I need the HD quality mic.
Yeah, you do. All right, I think we're up. I think we're going. I think Felganos is ready to play. I hope he doesn't feel. I know that can be tough. It's when your stream starts acting up. It's unsettling, and Battlegrounds itself is enough stress. So I hope he's not sweating it too much. But it's good to see them. We are at different. This is the same issue we had yesterday, right? Because it appears as though Max's stream is significantly farther ahead than Fel's. Are you diagnosing the same? Oh, you're changing your headset. I'm talking to myself. Supid, what's up, my friend? Thank you so much for being here. I've seen a lot of your comments, and I really appreciate all that support. Let me try to. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay, yeah, it didn't work. Anyways, back to my old headset mic then.
You sound great. Seriously, you do. I know. I'm usually very sarcastic and sense of humor is dry, and it's the morning, so I sound even more that way than normal, probably.
It's fine.
But you sound lovely.
I know. I wasn't insecure about how I sounded.
I'm hoping to make you insecure at some point. But here's the thing:
okay, good.
the relevant part of this is: are you communicating with Fel, because his stream is very far behind Max's? And it also hasn't moved for like the last 20 seconds. So I'm wondering if maybe he's still having issues. In which case, I think maybe he just doesn't stream.
His stream just moved. It looks like he's waiting for an invite. Oh yeah, but it's just really, really behind. Yeah.
So is Max just going through his deck? Because
Max is going through his deck. This isn't the ban phase or anything.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Captain Easy. I'm trying my best here, my friend. I'm trying my best. Thankfully, Slay stepped on. Slay's hilarious, and Slay's got a great confidence, so he can handle it, which I appreciate.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, did you see me? I pulled Scorpion the other day. I don't know if he's any good though.
I've heard positive things.
Yeah.
My big concern, so for those who don't know, this has been a running joke throughout this tournament the last few days, is we put up the poll, is Scorpion good? And only 80% of voters said he was, which means 20% said he was not. That's concerning to me. That's concerning because 20% is a lot. So they may know something we don't.
All right, so yeah, I'm just. It looks like neither have added each other yet, so that's what I'm trying to direct right now.
Thanks.
Fel has such a goofy in-game name. Instead of Felganos, it's like a whole sentence.
Fel. For those who don't know, Fel is very funny. He's very quick to make fun of himself. He's just a lovable guy, and he's a little quirky. He's a little young. He's a little quirky, but you gotta love him. You gotta love him. His account. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this information. Is named after himself and his dog.
Vega. By the way, It looks like on Max's stream you're significantly behind because they just started.
What?
And Fel's stream crashed again, probably. Oh no, it's working, but it's gonna be loading a lot. That's not just you. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Fel, I cannot catch Fel's stream up to save my life.
Yeah, no, that's not just you either. It's everyone. Don't worry.
Oh, good. So let's just all watch Max's stream and enjoy the beautifulness of it. And at some point, if Fel's stream starts acting better, I will pause Max's stream for a little bit and try to get them so they're simultaneous. Mm-hmm. But right now, I feel like that'd just be a waste of our time because Fel's stream is struggling.
So Fel going with an interesting band set of Rintra, Penny, and Mephisto, all champions he doesn't own. On top of the fact that he just pulled a Hulkling, and I guess he wants to take as much advantage of that Hulkling as he can, which is why Mephisto and Rintra are gone. And Max went with Torch, which is an obvious ban. Tigra, who's very dangerous and a very fast nuke if you know how to use her, which Fel does. And Odin, which is one of Fel's champs that he really loves, who can also end fights pretty quickly.
And just to point out for those of you, because I know not everyone is used to streaming or has not even tried it themselves, it is a whole thing to get used to. So the fact that they are up here doing this is a big deal. It's very distracting. You find yourself wanting to kind of communicate with the chat and not putting on a show. And so the fact that Fel stream's acting up, I do truly feel badly for Fel. It is what it is. And it's up to him. He does not have to stream. The rules do not force people to stream. We may change that for future tournaments, but I'm not going to change the rules in the middle of this tournament.
No, yeah, and it's obviously like you have. It takes bravery to stream this. It honestly does.
Absolutely.
Because you're putting yourself out there. If you get slapped, you get slapped live in front of an audience.
Yep.
So that's not always fun, but it makes it so much cooler when you stream this. And I'm glad Fel did, and I'm glad Max is as well. So
yep.
Shout out to them.
Huge shout out, credit to them, to everyone who's stepped on stream and done that. Jumped off that high dive. Let's put it that way. If you want to stream with the Mac, do you need a cable to connect your phone to your computer? That's how I've done it, JB Gamer, is while I was in Mexico, I was very concerned and I way overcomplicated it because I didn't have my home set up. But yeah, I just connected my iPhone to my MacBook with the normal cords. I can't even think what they're called right now. And I brought up OBS. It's Open Broadcasting System, I believe. I apologize if I'm wrong. And there's a lot of great YouTube channels that will help you out setting that stuff up, how to do it. I particularly like, I believe it's called the Video Nerd. The Video Nerd. I'll look that up while we're kind of going through this so I can make sure I get that right. He's great. He's fantastic. He's been his channel's been extremely helpful to me.
So it looks like Max put Nick Fury on defense. Fel doesn't have a mutant. I'm not exactly sure who would use to counter this. Maybe Stealthy. And Fel put Omega Sentinel on defense. The only counter he gets, quote-unquote counter he has is Hulkling, but he doesn't counter the auto block, nor does he actually get rid of her armor up, so that should be interesting. Oh, and he goes with Guardian versus Nick.
You know, I'm going to, Slay, if you can continue doing the commentating for a minute, I'm going to set up a poll for the chat here.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So right now we're about to see Hulkling versus Omega Sentinel. I'm not exactly sure how you would play this effectively, and if you could play this without getting auto-blocked. The issue is you can't really hit into her block, because any armor up she gets, it doesn't have to be just her personal armor ups, but any armor up she gets can trigger her auto block, which is pretty scary. As you can see there, firsthand, Max experienced that. Pushes her to SP2, which is a bit dangerous because of the Incinerate she puts on. Yeah, how I'd play this is probably alternating combos and something like that. And as you can see, Omega Sentinel actually might finish Max here. Triggers Bulwark because of her really low health pool, and because Hulkling hits so hard. But as you can see, he's making a bit of progress. I think he's going for a nuke. He is, yeah. But he's actually catching up quite well. However, pushed her to another SP2, and I think once she throws this, it could be over. Hey, LC, how's it going, man? Is the poll about Scorpion? And OS finishes his Hulkling.
If everyone could take a look at the poll, because I am interested in, of course, providing a platform for the competitors and putting on, but also very interested in having a great viewing experience for the viewers. So please take a look at the poll. I want to do what you all want to see here, and I would love to take a little pressure off Fel.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should just tell him to not worry about the stream, just because with the stream breaking down, it's going to get to him as well.
Absolutely. And Finn is right. Fel should still have to record his fights. Those are the rules. Is if you don't stream, you've got to record them. We just want to make sure nothing fishy happens at all.
Very impressive first round for Fel, though. 5-star Guardian versus, I think that's a rank 3 Nick, finishing at 90% health. Awesome. Well played.
Let's let it. We'll let a few more minutes go by on the poll. And for those of you who just heard that delicious, delightful, that is DLL. What is going on, friend? Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, man. Good morning.
What's up, man? Did you just wake up?
Yeah. And I had cider last night, so my voice is deeper than normal.
Apple cider?
Of course.
Yes, that's the best drink.
Yeah, it sounds like the mountain man just showed up with his 2 sons going through puberty. Is that
kabam? I could go for some Martinelli sparkling or something, though, on the other side of things.
People have heard the difference in the voice.
Yeah, they're like, oh, when did those 2 12-year-olds get their dad on the line?
Anyways, Fel is going Ant-Man versus Maw. The reason that matchup works is because Ant-Man can't gain buffs. It's part of his buff. He can't gain buffs. It's an interesting way of me saying it, but and also I believe he has access to like a very, very high potency poison, but he has to gain 3 bars of power to do so. So that should be interesting. And as
you mean his petrify? Or special 1, special 2. Sorry, I thought you were just focusing on the special 3. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to gain that poison, the high dot damage that should do most of the work in that fight.
Slayman, it sounds to me like you are seeing a different spot in Fel's stream than I am. How are you seeing this?
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm watching Max's stream.
Okay. So if are you in communication with Fel? Are you able to communicate to him?
I mean, I could message him, yeah. The reason I know about that matchup is because he and I have discussed it.
Okay. If you or if anyone, let's have it just be Nahorn, if you're there. Actually, no, if you're there, are you able to communicate directly to Fel?
What do you want me to tell him, just to not worry about the stream?
Yeah, tell him not to worry about it, but he does need to record his fights. Tell him don't worry about it. We appreciate him giving his best, a full effort here. But we're just going to switch over to Max's so that way he can just concentrate on his fights. Thanks, Amanda.
That's
I appreciate
interesting.
you.
Max used Guardian's power drain to keep Nimrod from going red.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, he did? That's a pretty pro move. That you got to
Yeah,
end that.
you don't see people do that too often.
No, I even often forget to do it myself. You got to end in a light there. That's a nice move.
Uh-huh. Are you gonna switch to a one stream view?
I'm going to switch to a one stream view. I want to let people see the end of this, see if Max can finish off this Nimrod and see who wins. Okay, so we're going to switch to one stream. It might take me a second to set it up, but we will switch to it right now.
Yeah, well done, Fel. That was a...
Ooh, there's me. Good morning.
I think he did have the better matchup.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, in my opinion.
Thanks, Amanda.
Actually, the better matchup on paper. I wasn't sure how quick it would go, but that was a lot better than I thought it would be. So.
Mm-hmm. I just noticed the old scorecard.
Like I said, this will take just a minute, but we'll get this all squared away for everyone. All right.
Awesome win by Fel. That was surprising.
Yeah, what was the very first round that I missed?
The very first round was Max placed Nick on defense, and Fel placed Omega Sentinel on defense. Max chose to counter OS with Hulkling, and Fel used 5-star Guardian, and he won that round.
Very interesting on both ends.
Can you let me know what was the score? Fel 1-2-0?
2-0.
Thank you. Cool.
All right, look.
Yeah, I stomped Fel in our mythical matchup.
It's interesting seeing not just the 5 stars in Fel's deck, but really thinking about which 5 stars are there, right? Because the vast majority of these punch up really well. The only one that sticks out to me is probably Surfer, but my guess is that that's kind of like a backstop for Fel as like a bishop counter, or I think he's probably leaning more on Surfer's weird utility than anything else.
Uh-huh. I think he's just seen a lot of us take Penny with Surfer and was like, yeah, I'm going to put him in my deck. That's probably what it was. Picked up Ant-Man, both for his shock and poison immunity. Counters, I guess, both Guardian and Scorpion in some way.
Just a quick moment. I want to shout out OG Highline for tremendous support, as always. Thank you so much, my friend. He's saying, it's such a beautiful day to get some BG streams this morning. Hope everyone's... We are having a fantastic day. We're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for your tremendous support. Appreciate it. All right, back to this. Amanda, thank you for keeping everyone up to date on the score. I know not everyone can see. Some people are just listening. I know I often do that. And then Slay and DL, I did interrupt you guys. If you get back to the analysis on the drafting.
I mean, I'm not surprised to see Fel take Mysterio. We know he loves him.
All right, Vega, I got to hop off, man. But it was nice chilling for just a little bit.
Really appreciate it, man. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
All right. Well, looking through this, Fel doesn't have a lot of tools to stop Hitmonkey, so that one's kind of unfortunate. He's probably going to need to just kind of burn around for that. But I think these are good picks. So seeing that Kingpin, I think if I were Fel, what I would try and do is see if there's any way I can bait the Hitmonkey in the same round that Kingpin's on defense, but that may be tricky going first. Maybe what he's going for, though. Because he did see that Max took a while against Guardian in the last round.
I'm going to set up another poll. I got to end the other one first.
I do get that bad D&D joke meta. Okay, so interesting. So Max is going for Guardian versus Nimrod again. And Fel's trying somebody else for Nick this time. And he knows he has at least a little bit of a time buffer. So if I were him, I would try and play really safe. Not like super safe, because it's still Dragon Man, right? But like as safe as you can within the confines of that matchup. Because you know Guardian's going to finish at 100%, but slowly.
Yeah, Matt showed that last in his last matchup here, right?
Right. I also think that Max may have slowed himself down slightly just to make a strategy note here. Because he threw that first special one while Guardian was in Blitz mode. And that put the power drain on himself, which kept him off the special 2. I also think that it's possible his power drains aren't entirely intentional because he used one of them there, but not a second one that could have kept Nimrod from going red.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering a similar thing when I saw that there.
So I have done it by accident.
Yeah, it is something you can actually do. And this is also just like familiarity with the mode and the matchups. We talk about this all the time about how I think folks who are used to doing like really high tier war, I think start off at an advantage in Battlegrounds just because you're like, okay, I've done this matchup before. But then Battlegrounds is its own beast. It's its own beast because you don't have the time to do all the duels and all the prep and get notes from your Battleground leader. Like I see people in the chat talking about how you DLL explain things so well. I've been playing war with this guy since War Season 1. That's how we met. And so I would get these delicious voicemails and notes from him. And I was like, oh, that's how I take this fight. And when you're in Battlegrounds, you don't have that. You don't have a DLL in your ear telling you, okay, watch out for this. You can use your light to power drain. You know, make sure you bait the SP2. You don't have that. And it's just its own skill set that you develop through trial and error.
For sure. I would also point out that's true even for those of us who are used to it to some extent, because I make bad calls because my heart is racing. Like I don't have me in the ear either. Me casually watching this, not invested, just being able to comment.
We got celebrities in the chat. What's up, Toffrey? MBH, Aiden, the man himself. Amazing. Make sure everyone checks out Aiden's performance in yesterday's tournament matchup. It was delightful. All right, so Felganos is in match 2. Felganos is now up 1-0, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so he throws down a Hulkling. I'm kind of surprised by that, because like Max does have good Mysterio counters, but Longshot should be pretty good for Hulkling if he can stay on top of it. Ooh. So Hitmonkey is probably going to have some trouble getting through that Indestructible.
Yeah, and then the healing that's going to be coming too.
Right. He could get lucky with the crit bleeds.
Let's see how this works out. What's up, Neto? Thanks so much for being here, bud. Wrong game. I was wondering.
It feels like Sonya. It's going to be a game of, or a matchup of like finding the windows.
Yep. And I think you're talking about like those in the moment decisions. Having fought Hulkling a lot and played him a lot, you start seeing those heals, and you see the number 4, and his health bar is just not going down. It starts to affect you mentally. It just does. If it doesn't, you are caliber above me for sure. Like it's just demoralizing.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I almost refuse to fight Hulkling without a true counter to his Indestructible, because very early on in Battlegrounds, I got like backed into trying to use America Chavez for him.
Yeah.
And you know her kit well enough, like she hits really, really hard when she hits him.
Yep.
But the windows are just too small and I timed out.
Absolutely. It's impressive that you even made it that far, because as he starts hitting your block, he's going to get those pierce buffs. His damage just from hitting your block is going to start becoming immense.
Yeah, it's rough. And so full credit to Max here. That's like, was that the first blocked hit he took?
I think so.
Yeah, like he's doing a great job of dancing and avoiding that part of the problem.
Yeah, this is like one of those things where he's skilling this fight exceptionally well. It's just not a good option. There's just nothing he can do. But the skill level he's showing, I think, is great.
For sure. And actually, something that we're seeing about Hitmonkey here, less so there because that was a 5-hit combo. But I think if you really lean into what Hitmonkey can do, he is better at those shorter combos than most characters. He can do more damage in those windows, the way Hulkling defines them, than most.
Did he have a long shot available? I'm seeing in the chats.
He did.
Okay, so yeah, that would have been the play. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And looks like Fel was able to survive. Scorpion can get a little tricky. He's got that Scorpion sense. We've talked about this on other streams. I think it's a 20% chance to evade when it's up.
It's pretty nasty. And his counterattack has such an absurd hit stun. He's basically guaranteed to combo you.
Absolutely. And now that I'm actually able to pay attention, I see, is Spinnaker in the chat? Are you there, bud?
I am there. Hello.
What are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Great. Thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. It's been an exciting matchup to watch for sure.
Spinnaker, I apologize. I'm about to put you on the spot. You just showed up. You've been sitting there silently for a while, I have a feeling, waiting for an appropriate time to say hello. Would you mind linking your latest rap battle in the chat? Because
sure, I can do that.
I think it'd be a massive favor to everyone who is watching this right now to go, what is it? It's only like 3 minutes long, right?
Yeah.
It's
just about.
It'll maybe be the best 3 minutes of your day. Just go watch it, listen to it, laugh. It is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. And then I know you're going to enjoy it. Watch the other one he did on Joker versus. Why can't I think of who the other person is? Can you remind me?
It was Loki.
Thank you very much.
That's right.
It's fantastic. In fact, shoot, we're going to do that as the poll on the next stream. Is who won, Loki or Joker? It's going to be the poll on the next stream.
Ooh, he bans Fel's negs this time. I do not blame him in the slightest.
This is rough too, because I think Max played that very well. You're down 2-0. You just want to get on the board. Like you just want to get on the board. And I mean, Max has the skills to do it. That I do not think this is over.
Yeah, well, as somebody in the chat pointed out, Pola Legacy, like we have seen these 2-0, 4-0 matchups turn around.
Absolutely. Legacy had this tremendous, it was momentum shifting. It was truly like, I'll admit, I don't watch a ton of esports, but you watch sports and you'll see this in a series where like a team is dominating. They're up 3-0, 2-0, pitcher's got a no-hitter, and then all of a sudden they walk someone and the next hitter hits a home run. And the total momentum shifts in the whole series. That is exactly what happened with Legacy. It was a tremendous matchup. But he pulls off this Nick Fury ending at 100% against a Mephisto. RNG starts to go his way. It's just how momentum works. So this is far from over.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you also have the matchups like mine with B, where it was just like, we immediately got into the wrestle lock on the floor and stayed there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just went back and forth, right? I don't remember anyone ever having a significant lead.
Yeah.
And absolutely OG Highline, and that's right, Infamous is in the chat. Shout out to Infamous. What an insane showing. If I play Legacy, ironically, I've never lost to Legacy. We've matched twice, but it was like CCP betas and stuff. It wasn't real. I'll be happy to win one set if I go against him. All right, what are we seeing here?
Maw and Man Thing, and he banned Fel's negs.
That's a smart play.
Yeah, he has a serious advantage this round. And he knows it, because look where he's going. And did Fel not... Fel didn't see his Ant-Man, it doesn't look like. Or if he did, it was probably early on. Yep. If he did and didn't pick him, then that is a mistake by Fel, knowing his negs isn't in the pool. But yeah, this is going to be a tough round. Spidey counters Maw's miss, but not the buff part. Like, that's a very dangerous aspect of Negs. We'll see. It's going hype for Man-Thing?
Maybe the poison immunity?
Good luck, my friend. Yeah, Campo asks a very good question. How much MD are we talking here?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see how this goes. That's one of those really interesting things, because we talk about how great Hyperion is, and then we'll simultaneously, though, say, Hulkling or someone else, if you pull them, maybe you're going the other way. And I think that causes maybe a little bit of hesitation and confusion, but it's like Hyperion is amazing. However, where the game currently is and seems to be going, those extra immunities on some of these newer champions. I realize MD is, that it's more than that, but like that nullify immunity or something like that is a really big deal.
Yeah. Although that said, Gallon would be better for Man-Thing than Hype, yes. But I think Hype is better for Man-Thing than somebody like Hulkling.
Yeah.
Because he has that, the one trick Hype always has up his sleeve is that he just needs to land fewer hits.
This is true.
I think it's also worth noting that the Hype was probably not going to be useful anywhere else.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Nimrod, yes, Odin.
And Fells is a rank 4 Hype, right?
That I don't know. I don't know how many rank 4s he has.
I think Hype is one of his only ones, and it's just that the PI is that bad. If it's around 11k, then it is.
Man,
I would know.
Max was playing so well, and then this Nimrod just went passive as can possibly be on him. I mean, he was really dominating this fight.
Sure. Because Fel has a chance here, just based on, rank 4 Hyperion, don't go for the Furies, just intercept with Special 1. This is going to be a really interesting one.
Okay, just the amount of time, sometimes I talk about that arbitrary countdown in my head after my fight's over. I think we're at a point where I really do feel like Max is going to come away with the win, just because of how long this is now taking. Hyperion would have to be at 100% health. I said it; it was coming up. But yeah, it looks like Fel wasn't even able to fully solo the man thing, so that ended that there. So there we go. Max is on the board.
And I imagine, without seeing that fight, that there was probably at some point in there where Man-Thing was sitting at 2.5 bars of health, and he had to let the Special 1 go by. That's tricky.
Yeah, they probably both found... we saw that happen with Max, where he had to just bait, and it took a while. I hear what you're saying. There are probably some similar timing issues on the other side.
Monkey as a defender is an interesting play.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I
also do want to point out, Max got kind of lucky in Kingpin not purifying some of Nimrod's effects, because that was extra willpower regen. He had 3 stacks instead of 1 for a good chunk of that fight.
Definitely.
Let's see how this goes. The Hit Monkey is interesting. His health pool is so small, it can be defeated quickly. You make one mistake and Hit Monkey ends you. Although with Guardian's armor up, and I don't know the SIG, but there's probably a decent bleed resistance here too.
Yeah.
It's also a bit safer because the Special 1 also puts a taunt, and so Hit Monkey's Purify will already activate, and so you can safely parry.
Oh, good call. Or is that working out the way you thought it would there?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, I was like, wait. But what you said made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think the thing to...
Knockdown happens after the taunt is placed.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that. It's also the, isn't it stuns or non-damage, or stuns or damaging or something?
Ooh.
So
that was a clause there.
That was interesting too. That was really well played by Max. He ended in the light, did the power drain through that SP2, it sucks because we're not going to be able to do the post-game interview on this one. I would wanted to ask him if he did that. Was that an intentional move in case he didn't finish off Hitmonkey? Because he did send him to his SP2, which is significantly tougher to evade than his SP1. Or was that something that just kind of happened? Either way, he picks up the win. Glad to see him get on the board. That is awesome.
Yeah. And I think both the Hyperion offensive play and the Hitmonkey defensive play, knowing Fel, those very much felt like here goes nothing.
Yeah.
Because he knew he didn't get his Ant-Man. He knew he didn't really have like the strong defenders that round. We'll see how this goes. If the draft goes better, I can definitely see Fel winning without his negs, but that was going to be a tough one for him.
And Max has made that switch. We've also seen this. This has been part of people and big comebacks, is they make a switch in who they're banning. They kind of learn, okay, that my opponent is very strong with this champion, or they're causing problems for me. There's comfort level. They switch their bans, and then, we see what unfolds. Yeah, Amanda, I'm working on trying to formalize what I'm calling them. I think I'm going to go with the tennis terms of game, set, match. So we'll call it a match. What do people call soccer football in Europe? It's a match, correct? It just sounds weird as an American. You don't call it like, I'm going to go watch the Charger Raider match, So I'm still trying to get used to it.
This will come off as incredibly biased, but given that he picked Omega Sentinel and he has Nimrod, I think Mysterio was a mistake and Fel should have taken his Mr. Fantastic there. He lost that last round, whether fighting them or not, off the strength of Max's Mystics. He needs science counters, even if they're not ideal.
He likes Fantastic too, right?
Mm-hmm. I think he's leaning too much into the skill nukes. You need the class advantage for one thing.
You know what? He might be intending to place Mysterio on defense.
He might, but that's kind of what I'm saying is like you have Nimrod, you have Omega Sentinel. Like that niche is kind of covered.
It's funny. It's just how people go, because I do objectively agree with you. On a very personal level, and I don't have Mysterio in my deck. But for me, it's just where I know I'm weak, right? So I will sometimes double up on Nimrod Omega Sentinel out of fear, out of thought, they may pull a pesky like a kitty.
Right.
I want to be able to handle her, or I want to be able to just totally mess with them on that third round and make them fight my Nimrod or my Sentinel with their kitty.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what was happening here. Like I said, I objectively agree with you for sure.
Yeah, like there may have been some of that, but it's like if I'm the coach next to him in the ring, I'd be telling him like, yes, but you need to focus on getting some science attackers in here. Well,
he placed Mysterio. Let's see how this works out. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Again,
and in fairness, Max did not get as many Mystics this time.
No, but this is where the post-match interviews, I really do enjoy that portion of the matchup. I enjoy it.
Is he going to go Omega Sentinel? I think you need the Nullify Immune.
Wong makes a great point. We could just coin our own terms. Thank you. Thank you for thinking outside the box. Sometimes it takes someone who's not tied, who's not feeling forced in.
And in the second bread loaf, no.
Yeah.
Not saying that he should have gone Elsa maybe, but I do think Fel wants to save that Elsa to scare away Thing.
Yes. Or Overseer.
Or Overseer, yeah.
This is interesting. Max is using a strategy we often see in war, where he's just not going to let Mysterio throw a special.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who are, I think most people know, but if you don't, he's getting the infection up. The power drain will start to happen. He's going with the parry heavy. You can see that. So he's getting the nice bleeds.
This is all about willpower.
Yeah, he can't armor break anyway, so there's no reason to throw that SP2. This is a very smart play. I want to see how this worked out. What was the matchup on the other side? What's Fel facing?
Nimrod versus Man-Thing, which is winnable. He has a better idea of what level of Mystic Dispersion Max is running than we do. So maybe that is the play. because Nimrod could be faster than Omega Sentinel, but my instinct definitely would have been Nullify Immune.
Was Nimrod, is Nimrod even awakened, or do we know the SIG if he was?
Not awakened.
Okay, so he's not getting some nice benefits there. Ooh, Max accidentally lets Mysterio get off a special. That's going to delay this significantly.
This little maneuver is going to cost us.
Yeah.
He does seem on pace to finish the fight, though, which is good.
Yes. But lost a bit of health because remember, Mysterio is one of the few champions with block penetration in his kit natively. That plus the slowdown. Fel has a chance here. Let's see how it went.
And then we all taken that heavy from Mysterio a few times, haven't we?
Yes.
The heavy out of nowhere. Oh,
incredibly rude with it.
Oh, but he still comes away with the win. Still comes away. He's clawing his way back. Total gamer. Love to see this out of Max.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
And I would really love to know from Fel. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was just saying, I would really love to know how much of that Nimrod fight was he having to bait.
Have to imagine a fair bit of it with all those armors.
Yeah, and I think this is probably it. Like, Fel was like, okay, I need to save Omega Sentinel for defense. But at some point, there's a call that you need to go like, okay, she's better for this offensive fight, and Nimrod also works on defense.
Mm-hmm. Especially since Mysterio's a known staller. Like,
Right.
your goal is to just finish the fight quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And for everyone who's tuning in now, expecting to see Nick versus B Manny, this first matchup has run long. There were some technical difficulties. As soon as this one is over, I will turn off this stream. We will jump directly to Nick and B Manny. If that's who you're interested in watching, though, and I get it because they are both amazing, go pull up their streams. You can watch them directly. I believe they are both streaming it. I will start a commentating stream as soon as this matchup is over. But if you want to see Nick and B Manny, you can go directly to their channels and watch it. I'm sure they're putting on a great show.
I think Max is going to get auto-blocked. We'll see now that he's got the degen up, but started with a medium, then a medium light. Yeah, he got lucky there.
We're also seeing a little bit, in my opinion, of, we talk about a whale accounts and the advantages they have. I think this is where we're starting to really see it come into play because Felganos is not one. Okay, he's not a whale. And he's putting up a heck of a matchup. He's doing a great job, but his Nimrod was unawakened. If it had a high sig, I think he's getting more damage. He's able to cycle through. And then if this Omega Sentinel had been awakened, I believe she would have had a good chance to keep a lot of those armor up after she threw the special, making that fight a lot more difficult for Max. I have my Omega Sentinel stats correctly, right? Or her abilities correct on that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good point. It makes her significantly better on defense.
Absolutely. Because she threw that special. I don't remember if it's like a 50% chance to refresh the armor ups or not use them. I don't remember exactly what the term is.
I think 50 at SIG 200, yeah.
Yeah, so if you think that through, she's got a good chance to keep them, meaning her her auto block chance stays up a lot higher.
And look at how close that was.
Mm-hmm.
If his Omega Sentinel had kept like 2 armor ups and just caused Max to slow down at all, or possibly gotten an auto block through, that could have been the difference.
Definitely.
All right.
And is that a rank 4 Kingpin?
It might be, but we're into the third and final, or the fifth and final set.
Yeah.
Let's stick with
Look
set
at
for
that
now.
swing.
Mm-hmm.
4-0 and then 4-0 in the other direction.
Can Felganos regain that momentum? Can Max finish him off? This is why this is so exciting. This is, I mean it when we were heading into that third set, and I was like, this is not over. We have seen this time and time again. This is not over. Woo! What a show by Max. I love to see it. I do like that we can actually see Max. We can see, look at him, look how excited. You can see the body language has totally changed. He's smiling. He's in this. He's a total gamer, puts on an excellent show. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now Fel needs to pick a counter for this man thing, I think. He's seen it way too many times.
This is true. I wonder if he's like, no, Hyperion will get it done for me.
BRB ranking Man Thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, Man Thing is a menace, my friend.
No, I've been working on ranking him for a while anyway. Just
I will say too, right now the draft could not be going better for Maex. Like, those are two of my top dual threat champions. He can use them on offense.
Fell.
He can use them on defense, and then the Man Thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, his science option is thing. I got the dex wrong.
All right, that's good. He's got Odin as potential for Nimrod that might let him put hype on defense.
Yep.
Who Longshot's going to destroy, though, right?
Yeah, I know. But I could also... There's a world in which Max puts Longshot on defense to try and bait out Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And if that happens, if I'm Fel, I use Ant-Man. Excuse me. And then I rely on Omega Sentinel this time. But we'll see what's up. He does get Hulkling again, which is great, because that's yet another way to potentially pull Longshot off defense. Because Man-Thing cannot take a defensive Hyperion efficiently.
I think now that Thing is not on defense too, Fel has the ability to use his Elsa whenever he wants, which is going to be important because she will get the fight done very quickly.
Would Elsa be able to take that Man Thing?
Campo earlier said no, and I trust him.
Yeah, I personally would not. Especially, I believe Man Thing has crit resistance in his kit.
But
no.
He reduces your critical damage. He zeroes it out. It's not truly critical resistance. If he has armor, you can still get through it because that's what crits do. But your crits will themselves not do more damage than basics against zero armor.
Got it.
This is he's already got to that SP2. He's been able to get his good karma up with his dexterities. Let's see. I'm wondering if he gets pushed to SP3. That's what I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Yeah. What I think he should have done immediately following the special one, and I did this with Longshot the other day.
Yeah.
You can play Longshot like Scorpion. Like, learn from your other newer champions. And you can heavy charge into a special 2 and catch them as they come in. It works really well.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm curious if this is going to happen again. This fight really could be over by now. There he goes. Okay, he's got it now. Oh, no.
That's unlucky.
Yeah. Which is ironic you say that during Longshot's SP3 animation. That was great. I mean, Spin. I think with the health pool he's got left and what Fel was fighting on the other end, he's probably still going to win that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still only a 70-second fight. That's pretty fast.
Yeah. I think Fel would have had to get pretty lucky with intercepts. Oh, that is so close.
That is outrageously close. Fel did exceptionally well.
But he got the long shot off the board.
And he got the Man Thing off the board.
Right. If he's thinking along the lines that we were earlier, he can now place hype on defense and be in a pretty decent spot if he wants to.
Mm-hmm. It looks like
Scorpion can take that, but it is a gamble.
So this is kind of what you two were saying. So Max really doesn't have anyone for that. Oh.
He's got Omega Sentinel.
Yeah, but okay, I think he's doing this though because he wants to save the Omega Sentinel in case Max places Domino or Magneto.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking a calculated risk here, and I actually like it. It's like,
yeah,
why? What good does winning the second round do for him if he's definitely going to lose the third? So He's given himself a punching chance in that third set. Whatever, you guys know what we're saying.
Yeah, this is how you prep for hard war fights. You don't focus on like how does this fight go perfectly. You focus on how do I lose, and you try and prevent that. And basically, like, even though he knows this isn't guaranteed, it is like the only path for him to victory, I think, is what he's taking right now.
So Max showing off of Scorpion's abilities there, switching the immunities and his power source. I think he's going to regret not going to his SP1 quickly, though, getting that taunt up. You saw him pull back. Man, I would love to do a post-fight.
We're also seeing an underrated aspect of Hype's kit here.
Yeah.
The last time that I took Hype with Scorpion, I went to Rupture on purpose because Hyperion has built-in energy resistance. And so these shocks are doing 2/3 the damage they normally would.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Although, that's the gamble with Hype. That's why Hype is such a good defender for Scorpion. Once you eat that special 3, yeah, you can heal up. But now those cosmic charges are giving Hyperion physical resistance, so Rupture would have only done so much too.
Right.
Darned if you do, darned if you don't.
He's trying to go for the Petrify to slow things down, but...
It's almost like Hype is good.
It's almost as if Hyperion's good. I don't think either of you... In fact, I think, DL, you were playing when I was doing my slobbering all over Scorpion, talking about how amazing he is. I really, for Battlegrounds, am enjoying just SP1s. Just to stack the debuff with your mediums. SP1, that taunt's coming up. They're taking damage. The defender's taking damage when they throw their specials. Let's see. Right. We don't know Fel because
that was tough.
Bishop can end you, and I have a feeling. Wow, Fel must have played that exceptionally well because I have a feeling Max's Bishop is a really high sig. We are down to this is it. The winner of this one wins. Like you couldn't make this up if you tried.
Fel's Hulkling served its purpose.
Definitely.
In sacrifice, you cannot make this up if you try, and Max has to place first.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
he left himself 2 mutants,
Elsa
so
completely destroys Nimrod.
Fel's plan, and I feel confident it was a plan, worked perfectly. Let's see if he finishes it off.
Right, he has to execute, but I think tactically he won this match.
Why Elsa instead of?
Nimrod is extra large, so she does get half. Oh, Elsa's not awakened.
He's got to be awakened for that, right?
Either way, like Elsa can just deal out so much damage on just her basic attacks.
She's going to get extra precisions from purifying the power drains and the cowardice as well.
Is that it? Okay. Exactly. I don't know Elsa as well. I just was like, I don't like stealthy, but that felt like I've seen in this tournament people take Nimrod with stealthy. I believe, it's got to be in this tournament, and it's been pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. I honestly think Elsa is just safer because you also have the evade on the parry, so you can avoid taking block damage altogether in that fight.
Work in progress is making a good point, though. This is not over. Magneto can land his SP2. You see all those auto block failed. Does not matter.
Definitely.
And notice that in earlier fights, he did... he tried to he just blocked the special 2 when he knew that he could. Here, he dexed that first one, bought himself some health with the plasmas. So let's see how this goes.
That did not kill her. Oh, it triggered the node.
Yeah, but the shrapnel bleed should hopefully finish it off.
That's just
right, because when they detonate, it's not bleed damage. Yeah. It's a burst of physical. And so she should die. Yep.
Oh, that is
he won. Amazingly well played.
Jesus.
Amazingly well played by both competitors. What a fantastic, fantastic showing. I'm going to end this stream now, guys, because I know I believe the other match has already started and going on. I want to get to it as quickly as possible. Phenomenal job by Max and Felganos. Like I said, if you want to support this tournament, share it, thumb it up. I really appreciate it on my end, but go support the competitors. That's where this is all at. This is where it's about. We are going to go directly. I'm going to end this stream, and I'm going to pull up.
Nimrod went red.
And pull up the other one. We'll talk a little bit about the ending of this one if we can on the next stream. We'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.